Ever wonder how people like Alex Hormozi, Gary Vee, Iman Gadzhi, and other big YouTubers seem to pump out endless amounts of content while running multi-million-dollar businesses? Now, you might think these guys work 80-hour weeks just recording videos, like they're locked in some content dungeon grinding away. But nope, that's not how it works. These guys are CEOs. They're ruthless with their time, and they can't afford to spend 20 hours a week making YouTube videos. They can barely afford to spend 2 hours, yet somehow they're posting 3 to 5 videos every single week. How? Well, in this video, I'm gonna show you the exact system that busy CEOs are using to create a week's worth of content in just 2 hours. And this is the same system that I've used to grow my YouTube channel to over 1 million subscribers and launch 2 7-figure businesses from it. And it's the same system that's helped my clients go from spending 20 hours per video to 2 hours per week. Let's get into it. Oh, and by the way, if you're a busy person and you're curious about how this could work for your specific channel and niche, I opened up a few spots on my calendar for free strategy calls. And for the first 5 people to sign up, we're gonna be giving away 5 free audits that we usually charge $1,000 for. And it's only gonna last a few days, so click the link in the description and the pinned comment below. And we'll chat about your YouTube goals and figure out how we can get you there. Cool? Cool. All right, so here's the thing that pisses me off. Most YouTubers spend 10 to 20 hours creating one video. One. And this might look something like this. They research for 3 hours on the video, then they take 4 hours to write the script for it, then they record for 2 hours, then they edit for 8 hours, and then they make thumbnails for 2 hours and upload. And that's almost a full-time job for one video. Meanwhile, CEOs need to focus on their actual businesses, not editing videos at 2 a.m. like some college kid hopped up on Red Bull. And trust me, I've been there and it sucks. So let me tell you about some of my clients. Antoine Wade, maybe the busiest client I've ever worked with. This dude is a father. He runs multiple businesses. He has a full-time job making $500,000 a year in tech sales. And he has investments. And he was so burned out from YouTube that he almost quit. And now he makes over $100K per month from his channel. Davis Nguyen, same story, except he owned a portfolio of companies. And he felt like YouTube was eating his life. And when he first started working with me on YouTube, he was making so little money from it that it was actually listed in other on the pie chart of his revenue. And now he's making $100K per month with a fully automated channel, meaning he isn't even recording the videos himself. And when Thomas started working with me, he was already running a 7-figure business, but he was way too busy making videos for his YouTube channel. Each video was taking him 8 hours to make, meaning that if he made 3 videos a week, he would be spending over 24 hours on his YouTube channel. And he knew the power of YouTube, but he was spending way too much time on it. And because of that, he was spending too much time in his business rather than on his business. And after working with me, he fully automated his YouTube channel to the point where he also doesn't record any of his videos. And he was able to scale his business to 8 figures a year. Another client, Felix, was also making 7 figures a year, and he doubled his content output with my system while working half the time. And that allowed him to scale to 8 figures a year. Now, what is the common thread for all of these clients? They stopped working like YouTubers and they started thinking like CEOs. All right, so let's get into how to actually do this. Here's what I do. I typically record 12 to 15 videos in one weekend. And if you think that's a lot, my record for videos in a day is 21, and I've recorded 18 videos in a day 3 times. But even if you're just doing 12 to 15 videos in a weekend, that's 3 to 4 months of content if you're posting once a week in like 8 to 10 hours. And if you break that down weekly, it's just 1 to 2 hours per week. So let me show you the math. So the traditional approach is doing 1 video at a time. And this means you think of the idea, you do the research, you write the script, then you have to record, then you have to edit the video, and then you have to do quality control. Not to mention coming up with a thumbnail, uploading, and optimizing. However, when you batch videos, you do all of those things for like 10 to 15 videos at a time. And so even if you're still doing everything yourself, you're saving yourself at least half the time. Right? Because let's say you're coming up with 12 videos at a time, then you're doing the research for 12 scripts and you're writing them, then you're recording all of them at once, then you edit all of them at once, then you come up with the thumbnails and upload and optimize them. Just that alone is gonna save you 50% or even more of the time. And one of the biggest things is because you get into flow state. The state of mind that you have to be in order to come up with video ideas is different than the state of mind you have to be in to research and write the scripts, which is also different than the state of mind you have to be in order to record record the videos, and is also different than the state of mind you have to be in to edit them, and then to upload and optimize them, etc. You're basically using different parts of your brain for every task. It's almost like having a different hat on. And every time you switch hats, it's gonna take your brain some time to get used to the new task. So when you're recording, for instance, your first video might be a little bit awkward, but then you get into the flow and your second video is better, then your third video is better, etc., etc. And by video 5, you're on fire. And look, I know this might sound too good to be true, but that's exactly what Josh Madakor thought. When I first started working with him, he had around 1,000 subscribers and he was making less than $1,000 a month. Then when he started treating content creation like a business, he quickly scaled up to $10,000 a month on YouTube and got his dream job working with a FANG company, which they literally reached out to him for. And then while he was busy working with that company, he scaled his channel all the way to $186,000 a month, quit his job, and now he's traveling the world doing whatever he wants. So if you want to see how this system could work for your specific situation, I'm doing free channel audits this week, right? So it's going to be myself or my team auditing your channel, and we're only going to be doing it for 5 people, so grab a time on the calendar in the description and the pinned comment below. All right, now here's the game changer. And this is the thing that changed everything for me, and this is the secret to all of the channels out there, right? All those CEOs that post consistently on all the different social media platforms, they all have this, and that is a creative director. Now, obviously, you can hire video editors, you can hire script writers, you can hire like a social media manager to basically upload and do all that kind of thing. And that'll save you a massive amount of time, but you're still gonna be spending a lot of time doing quality control, right? Hiring a video editor is gonna save you dozens of hours a week. Hiring a script writer might save you 5 hours a week. And then of course, having people upload, optimize, do all the repetitive tasks is gonna save you time as well. But the real time saver is the person that oversees your entire content creation process. So what does that mean? You only show up to record. That's it. Nothing else. And the creative director handles video ideas and research, script writing, thumbnail concepts, title optimization, publishing schedule, team coordination, overseeing the script writers, the video editors, everything, doing quality control at multiple different steps, and making sure that the final product is what you envision. So they literally do everything. And you might be thinking, well, your content's not gonna be yours. It's not gonna be authentic. It's not gonna be as good. Nope, there are ways of making your content authentic and making it significantly better than what you could do on your own. And here's how it works for me. My creative director sends me scripts on Friday, I record on Saturday and Sunday, and videos published throughout the month. I don't touch anything else for my main channel. No editing, no uploading, no thumbnail tweaking at 3 a.m. I just show up, record, and leave, CEO style. And that's all I have to do. Now, do I like coming up with video ideas? Do I like occasionally writing scripts? Sure, I enjoy that. But on my main channel, we have everything optimized to the point where I don't have to do that. So it's an option, right? It's something that I can do if I want to. But if I don't want to do it, I don't have to. The only thing I have to do is record the videos myself. And technically, I could take myself out of that process as well, which I've helped several of my clients do. All right, so let me break down the exact 2-hour system. So pre-recording, your team does this, of course, and this is coming up with 10 to 15 video ideas, and typically the creative director will do this. Then either the creative director themselves or a script writer will research and write the scripts. Then the creative director will do the quality control on the scripts, make sure they're really good, and then it's time for you to record. So let's just say you're doing this once a week, there would be a 2-hour window. The first 15 minutes you're gonna spend reviewing the scripts, right? This is gonna help you get in the zone, and it's also gonna help you feel familiar with the scripts so that when you present them on camera, you're very confident. And sometimes you might make a few changes here and there to the scripts as well. And a pro tip here is to blast some music and get hyped. The next 90 minutes, you're gonna record 3 to 4 videos back to back. No breaks, no phone, just go. Then the final 15 minutes, you're gonna do some quick reviews. Maybe you leave a few notes for the video editor and the creative director, and that's it. You're done. And the post-recording, the team handles all of it. The editing is handled by the video editor. The thumbnails, you can either have the video editor do it or the creative director do it. Or some people actually hire a dedicated thumbnail specialist. Then after the video editing, the quality control step is taken care of by the creative director. And then everything is uploaded and optimized by the video editor. And then there's a final check that's done by the creative director, and then it goes live. And all the while, you're already at the gym or with your family, or you're running your business. And your content machine is running itself. Now, one optional thing here is during the recording process, if you have an in-person creative director, they can actually be there with you while you're recording. And they can give you creative direction and kind of tell you to emphasize this or talk about that, etc., while you are recording. Another pro tip is while you're recording the videos, you can actually verbally give direction to the video editor. So just as an example, I could give direction to the video editor to have the Jackie Chan Why You Know meme pop up right here, asking people why they aren't booking a call down in the description in the pinned comment below. See what I did there? And usually what I'll do is I'll say it in a lower voice so that they don't think that it should actually be included in the video. Now let's talk about team building, right? Because you know the essential roles, but how do you actually build the team out? Well, the first person you wanna hire is a video editor, right? This is gonna save you the most amount of time. And honestly, video editing usually isn't that important, but it does take a lot of time and it is tedious. Second, you wanna hire either a scriptwriter or a researcher, and they're basically going to create your content foundation. Third, you want to hire a creative director, and they basically manage the whole system, and at this point, you might hire multiple video editors as well. And fourth, and this is optional, you might wanna hire a thumbnail designer. And this is especially useful if you're actually split testing thumbnails against each other. Now, where to find the talent? Well, there are several different options. A more entry-level option that's gonna be available to most people out there is going to be to hire it from the Philippines. And I'm serious here, full-time employees, not freelancers. And yes, you should hire them full-time because there's better consistency, better loyalty, and better prices. And start with 1 or 2 people, then scale as needed. Now, the second option, this is much more expensive, but this is what most of the big CEOs out there do, like Alex Hormozi, Grant Cardone, Gary Vee, etc., is to hire people in the place that you actually live, right? So if you're Gary Vee and you live in New York, you would hire people in New York. And you would hire dedicated creative directors. And I'll be honest with you here, what most people do is they actually poach, right? So Alex Hormozi, for instance, poached Gary Vee's creative director. So you'd basically just find somebody who's already doing it at a very high level, like Gary Vee's creative director Caleb was, and then you poach them, right? I'm just being honest here, that is what most people do. So let me hit you with some success stories from my students. Josh Madakor went from 1K to over 186K per month. Troy Buckholt from Course Careers, when we first started working together, was making around 30,000 a month, and now he's making multiple millions a month. Wojtek is a Polish entrepreneur, and he went from no systems to content creation mastery. And again, the whole thing just runs itself. And the common thread here is that they all implemented batch recording, and they all built teams, and they all stopped trading time for content. And listen, every single client that I just mentioned, they started exactly where you are right now. Overwhelmed, spending too much time on YouTube, not seeing the revenue that they deserve. But they all knew that YouTube was an incredible opportunity, and the difference is that they took action, they booked a call, and within 90 days, their channels were transformed forever. And I'm looking to make 5 more success stories this month. So will you be one of them? Well, the call is completely free, but spots are filling up fast. And if you want that free audit that usually costs $1,000, then click the link below. So here's your roadmap. We're gonna go over some implementation action steps. Week 1, hire an editor. Week 2, batch record 4 videos. Week 3, hire a scriptwriter. Week 4, implement the full system. Month 2, add a creative director. Month 3, you're at 2 hours per week. That's it. 90 days to freedom. And because of the fact that you're not spending all of your time creating content, you can spend your time working on your business, figuring out better ways to monetize it, figuring out the big picture strategy of how you're going to grow your personal brand. Or maybe you don't want to grow a personal brand. You want to grow a company that you can sell later. All of this is something that you will have time to do along with, having a life, having a family, etc., because of the fact that you systemize this, right? Batch recording saves half the time, and then having a team that can handle everything else saves another 40%. So you're literally able to do 10 times more with 10% of the time. This is what I do. This is what my clients do. This is what the biggest names in the industry do. And this is what works. And it's what we specialize in helping people do as well. Book a call down below. And also watch this interview where I talked to Sean, who was stuck at 30K per month. And after implementing my systems, he was able to scale it to 500K per month within 9 months. And you can check that out by clicking right here.